We're about to take our risk plan a step further in this video. Many retail traders are unaware of this pro level knowledge. As you begin to hit higher profit levels, this will give you something to strive for. The titans of the industry, professional traders, raise their risk as their equity rises. Beginners raise their risk as they enter drawdown, resulting in more damage to their accounts. The pros do the opposite. When they are in profit, they raise their risk. When they are in drawdown, they decrease their risk so that they can preserve their capital. In this video, I'll explain how to turn good profits into greater profits by increasing your risk at the right time. One of the problems with the retail trader, with the beginner, is that as they go into drawdown, as they start to lose, they start to raise their risk. So in this example, we have a $100,000 account. If we risk 1%, we go negative 1%, we go down to 99K. What happens is the beginner starts to raise their risk to try to retrieve the losses. So they raise the risk up to negative 2%, maybe doubling a lot size. So now they take another loss, negative 2%, now they're at 97K. So then they repeat the process, they raise their risk more, negative 3%, and just obliterate their account within 3 trades. If this is a funded account or a challenge or verification, they find themselves in deep drawdown relative to their max. The max loss here is 10%. They are down negative 6% in 3 trades. But pros don't do this, and we'll talk about this in the next video, what pros do as they go in drawdown. See, on the flip side, the pros, they raise their risk as they have more wins, as the equity rises. So the pro may risk 1% here to make 3% with a risk to reward of 1 to 3, okay? Risk 1% to make 3%. Now they're up 3,000. And this example is general, it's abstract. This is just an example. You don't have to raise your risk so aggressively, but this is just an example to show that pros, as they go up in equity, in earning, they start to raise their risk. So sometimes when I pass a challenge, you'll find that I'll risk maybe 1%. When I get that first win, I'll up my risk as I go higher. And this is what allows me to pass the challenges in a shorter amount of time. But I'm only doing this with A setups and A+ setups. I'm not trading the B and C setups. So these are higher win rate type of setups from the higher time frame zones. This is a pro strategy, and you don't try to do this right away. But as you become consistent, if you want to maximize your profits, then as you go higher, you can take advantage of those profits. So I read in Market Wizards, one of the titans in the industry, he said that he was speaking to his mentor. And I believe he was saying that he had put $1 billion risk on a position. And he told his mentor that he was passionate about this particular setup. And the mentor told him, if you have so much conviction, then why did you risk so little? And I'm thinking, this man risked, 9, 10 figures. But the mentor, with experience, understanding that when things line up, you go bigger. He was telling him that since you're already up, and I didn't mention that, he was already so high up that month. He said, when you are up, you need to maximize your profits you can risk some of those profits to make more. You don't risk everything. So see here, we may be up 6%. We won't risk the entire 6 to go all the way back down, right? If you risk 3 and that goes in your favor, then you've doubled your earnings here from 109K to 118. If you take a loss, you go back down, but you're still in profit. That's the science of this. Once you go up to a certain point, you can start to risk more. And it should be calculated and consistent. So in my risk table, if you look here, when I am between 0 and 3%, on A, I'm risking 1.5%. This is mainly in the challenge. With the A+, I'm risking 2%. As my equity rises above 3%, now I'm willing to risk more. Once I get above 13%, like in the funded account, right, then I'm willing to risk more. Because if I risk 3% here, and if I'm above 13%, I'm only going to go back to 10%, right? Which is okay. I'm still in good profit. But if I risk 3% to make 9% and I'm at 13%, now I'm at 22%, just almost doubled what I made with less So more trades, it took me more trades to get to 13%, but one trade will double that 13 almost to take me to 22%. So when it comes to people flipping accounts, when it comes to the massive payouts that you see with the funded accounts, a lot of those traders are using a strategy like this. As they go into profit, they're scaling in positions, they're risking more of the profits that they've made to make higher gains. Okay, so that's just one of the pro strategies, but don't do this until you're consistent, until you're comfortable with just the normal one-to-one risk. But I'm sharing this with you so that you have something to aspire for and know that there's levels when it comes to risk management.